How to DJ with DJ Big Mike.
Hello and welcome to How to Be a DJ. I'm your host DJ Big Mike. Today I'll be explaining to you what a DJ really is, what equipment is used when DJing, I'll show you some methods of scratching, and finally I'll show you how to beat match two songs together. Well, a DJ isn't just a person who plays songs. A DJ, also known as a disc jockey, will mix, scratch, or add effects to songs. There are many types of DJs. There are radio DJs who usually talk and play music on a radio station, whether it to be on a frequency or online radio. There are club DJs who usually play in clubs, concerts, or bars. A hip-hop DJ who mainly scratches to hip-hop beats. A reggae DJ who usually is a vocalist who raps to music being played. And finally, a mobile DJ who travels with his DJ equipment and plays at a variety of events. Now, like myself, DJs can consist of any of these, or even all of these. The first DJ was Jimmy Savile in 1943, who launched the first dance party by playing jazz records on two turntables in Otley, England. By the mid-1960s, a man named Rudy Bozak created a CMA-10 2DL audio mixer, which began to be used by mainly all DJs. Same thing happened when in 1974, the brand Technique created the SL1200 turntable that later was evolved into the SL1200 MK2, which even today is known as the best turntable out there. In 1975, hip-hop DJ Grand Wizard Theodore was the inventor of the scratching technique, which he did by accident. In 1998, the brand Pioneer created the CDJ 100s, which is a CD player with a pitch control, sound effects, and scrubbing wheel to let you scratch or scrub through a song. Also, in 1998, Final Scratch created a digital system that allows DJs to control MP3 files through time-coded vinyl records, or CDs, which became most popular like today with programs like Serato or Torque, like I have. After the break, I will show you what equipment is needed to be a DJ. Don't go away.
How to DJ with DJ Big Mike.
Hello and welcome back to How to Be a DJ. I'm your host DJ Big Mike. In this segment, I'm going to be showing you what equipment is needed when DJing. Here we have a Staten direct drive T62 turntable. Next piece of equipment is a Newmark M6 USB audio mixer. This mixer has 6 channels, which allow you to easily channel between your tracks. This next piece of equipment is a Staten T52 belt drive turntable. The difference between this turntable and the other one is this one has a belt that makes the platter rotate rather than gears. This next piece of equipment is the Torque Connective, which allows the time-coded vinyls to be synchronized into the computer. The next piece of equipment I have here is a Fisher preamplifier. This preamplifier allows your PA system to be amplified up to, like mine, 250 watts. Here we have what's called a Fisher equalizer. This equalizer will allow you to get the best sound quality you want at your gig or party event. When we come back, I'll show you how to beat match two songs together at the same time. Don't go away.
How to DJ with DJ Big Mike.
Welcome back to How to Be a DJ. I'm your host, DJ Big Mike. In this segment, I'm going to show you methods of scratching. Now, DJs that often scratch obviously use this here, what is called a crossfader, which will allow both decks to be fade in between, or you can use this to be cut in between. So I can cut a song in between of what I want. They also will use one turntable that will play the scratch and the other turntable will play the beat. Another cool thing that most DJs do is underneath their slip mat, they'll put what are called slips for their slip mat. This thing here will allow, with friction, to spin the slip mat quicker, so you can easily spin the record back a lot easier to get good quality scratching. For example, like that. You can easily spin the record back. The first scratch I'm going to show you is what is called a scribble scratch. And the scribble scratch is, or was, the very first scratch ever created by DJ Grand Wizard Theodore. And this is what a scribble scratch sounds like. The way how it's done is the crossfader never really needs to be moved. It just has to be center or all the way to deck A or all the way to the left. And all you got to constantly do is just move the record back and forward like this. And you can go fast or you can go slow with it. You can change the pitch of what you want the scratch to sound like. Same thing if we wanted to use a little vocal. The next type of scratch I'm going to show you is called a chirp scratch. What the chirp scratch does is it allows little, what you can call chirp sounds out of the scratch, like this. Like that. The way how it's done is you're going to want to start with the crossfader all the way to the right, so that this deck, the one you're going to be scratching with, is silent or muted. You're going to want to get the platter to play, and what you're going to do is when you bring the crossfader forward, you're going to want to slide the record forward and then bring it back, the crossfader, bring back the crossfader, slide the record back to the beginning part of the scratch, and then just repeat it. Bring the crossfader back to the center, slide the record forward, silence the record by sliding the crossfader to the right, bring the platter back or the record, and just constantly keep doing that. And you can do it as fast or as slow as you want to. Here's a little example. This next scratch kind of relates to the chirp. It's called a flare. And what the flare is it's a chirp scratch, like that, but you're gonna play the forward sound and the backward sound. So that, and then you cut it. So same thing done. You're gonna want the crossfader all the way to the right, so you've got the scratching record muted in the beginning. Get the record playing, so you're ready. Slide the crossfader to the center, slide the record forward and then backwards, and then cut the crossfader so it silences the scratching record. So once again, you want to open up the crossfader by bringing it to the middle, slide the record forward and backwards, and close the crossfader by sliding it in the opposite direction, which is to the right. So that sounds like this. Those are flares. The next scratch I'm going to show you is somewhat like a let go of a scribble. It's called a drag scratch. And what a drag scratch pretty much is is you're just pretty much playing the actual song or whatever you're trying to scratch to, just by letting go of the platter and having it drag out the song. So, for example, this would be a drag. Those are drags. Now, simply how to do it is you bring the record back to your cue spot where you want the drag to begin. You let go of the crossfader by bringing it onto your side so it's active, and you just let go of the platter. Those are drags. Bring the record back and do it again. At any spot of the scratch that you want, any part in the song where you want to do a drag, you just let go and move the crossfader so it'll activate that platter like this. Those are drags. This last and final scratch is my favorite and the most difficult scratch. It's called the crab scratch. How the crab scratch is done is you want to first get the platter spinning. Put your hand onto the record at where the actual scratch sample is going to begin. You want to take the crossfader, and with 4 fingers, you're going to want to hit with each finger, you want it to hit the crossfader to open it, close it with your thumb. Next finger, open it, close it. Next finger, open, close. Next finger, open, and close. So your thumb's going to be like a spring, constantly closing back the crossfader, and you want to do this very quick. So it would look something like this, creating like a chirp, like a 4-time chirp sound, which is called a crab scratch. What other DJs do is, if they can't do that, then they'll just take 2 of their fingers and constantly bring it back and forth. This is what I'm best at, and this is what most DJs are best at. The sound, what it sounds like is like this. This is with 4 fingers. And then this is with 2 fingers, constantly going fast. When we come back, I'll show you how to beat match 2 songs together at the same time. Don't go away. Hello and welcome back to How to Be a DJ. I'm your host, DJ Big Mike. In this segment, I'm going to show you how to beat match 2 songs together. Beat matching is the skill when DJs match 2 songs together at the same time or at the same beat. Also at the same BPM, which stands for beats per minute. Now, this is usually done with 2 completely different songs, but just to show you as an example, I'm going to use the exact same song and the exact same beat. So the way how it would be done is the DJ will start by playing the first song, which will be our beat. Now the DJ is going to want to mix the second beat together at the same time. Now this is not at the same time. As you can tell, they're both playing at 2 completely different tempos and different beats. The exact same time will be when the 2 kicks play exactly at the same time and not different times. So the way how it's done is by starting the first song and previewing the second song to play at the same or around the same BPM. This song that's playing right now is at 132. So we are going to want to get the second song up to 132 by raising the pitch control up or down. So in this case, we're going to want to raise it up to match 132. When we get it to 132, what we're next going to want to do is by beginning to play the sample to match the other song. Now this is usually always going to be silent, only for the DJ to listen to in his headphones. The reason is because we don't want the audience to hear what we're trying to get beat matched until it's actually beat matched and we're ready to play. But in this case, I'm actually going to play it out loud so you can get an example of what's to be expected while beat matching. So we're going to want to get to the beginning of where we're going to beat match the song, in this beginning of the song, and get it to keep at the exact same beat by counting 4. And we're going to want to play it on 1, responding to the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready now. Now many artists also most of the time like to make their songs around the same BPM to make it easier for DJing or mixing wise. So if I were to take one song by one artist and a different song by the same artist, most likely they'll be around the same BPM. So if you're going to do some sort of mashup of that artist, you shouldn't really have to move the pitch control that often. Once again, let me show you what I mean by beat matching. I'm going to play the first song, and in my head I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 1 I'm going to let go of the platter and have it play and hopefully be beat matched to the second song. If not, it might be too slow and you got to kind of speed it up. If it's too fast, you got to slow it down. So let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready now. And that's an example of beat matching. On this show, How to Be a DJ, I showed you what a DJ really is, what equipment is needed while DJing, methods of scratching, and how to beat match 2 songs together. I hope you learned a lot. I'm your host, DJ Big Mike. Thanks for watching.
How to DJ with DJ